Hello, this is Anthony Alacqua, and this is an Illustrator 2 Teach a Skill tutorial. What I'd like to do is take a hand-drawn comic and kind of apply a Roy Lichtenstein effect to it. Roy Lichtenstein was an artist that was contemporary with Andy Warhol and Jasper Johns, American kind of American pop scene. He used this comic style and illustrations which are pretty interesting. Two of the more famous ones are this item right here, which is the Wham, and then the drowning woman here. Notice that it's interesting stuff. He used a lot of kind of primary color palette, and then this almost half-tone dots is the pattern. So we're going to try to apply that to a hand-drawn comic. So this is how this is going to work. I am a kinesthetic tactile learner. I learn by doing. So if that is the kind of learner that you are, I would certainly invite you to follow along. And I'm also a bit of a visual learner too. And for you visual learners out there, I have listed on every one of these artboards exactly what I'm doing, so you can read it, pause it, and follow along. And for you audio learners out there, I promise I'll do my best. Okay, so basically what I want to do is I want to take this hand-drawn comic and turn it into this. So this is a scanned version of what I drew, and I will use Illustrator to kind of remove these assets, recolor them, do all sorts of things to them. The tools we're going to use for this is the Image Trace tool, the Custom Palette tool, as well as the Custom Patterns tool, and then the Line Width tool here in a little bit. First step we need to do is set up our set up our workspace here. So we're going to come up here to Window, and on Workspaces, just do tracing. This is going to open up all of these options here, which should make sense once we get to taking this JPEG and breaking it down into its pieces. So we're going to place our scanned art here. We can use this this menu over here, and we can certainly use the drop-down menu where it has the image trace and move that way. So make sure that your JPEG is highlighted. I'm going to do shades of gray. Remember, I did this in pencil so that there's varying intensities of the graphite, and then we'll do the grayscale here as well. And then once we take the preview off of that, we can click onto Trace. And that should make this work. At this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove anything that I don't want. So there are some items that the JPEG picked up that was just kind of maybe the shadowing from the scan itself. Obviously, we're going to take off some of this horrible writing and some of these other things that we don't need. And then what happens is we're going to make clean it up, and this is basically the essential images from our page. So now we're going to set up a library. We can certainly use the one that I have that's already existing, or we can make a new one. But what I want to do is highlight an item. We will then drag it into this library that we have created. And then I should show you, it just says create new library. Click on that. It'll open up something. Your best practices here is to name this, so we'll just call this Awake, which is what it is. Libraries, don't want to do that. Libraries are important because you can easily move items right back into the artboard. And why this is important, at least for my project, is that I have done a number of the same drawings for each one, so I can easily move them to be inside the comic. So streamline the process. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to set up some our custom color palette. Roy Lichtenstein used more of those bright, vibrant primary colors. I didn't want to do that, so these were the colors that I chose. Once we have these picked, we want to highlight each one of them. Let's go up to Window and then down to Color. This gives us a whole nother menu. So we'll start with the Swatches menu. Excuse me, these are all the menus that we have. So to create our own, We can, I mean, these are the Adobe default. You can save a swatch if that's something that you want to do. We'll get to this one in a minute. So this is on the color swatches. Let's just hit this new color group. It's going to pop it up. We're going to call this awake because that's what it is. And make sure that it says selected artwork. And now you can see that I have these just easily accessible to me anytime I want. Now we're going to do the exact same process with one or two extra steps to create a custom pattern. And you can make these patterns as complex as you want. I kind of want to do this kind of half-tone looking dot. So my first step is to create a 100 square pixel kind of artboard, a mini artboard. This box here is where I'm going to work. It's going to be deleted soon. So I just drew a circle. This is 22 pixels. 22 pixels I found worked well. Here's step 3. I set them the way I wanted them. Step 4, I then deleted the box. Here we're going to highlight them. We're going to group them. Let's move them over. And let's say I want to change the color from this green. I can come up here to the custom palette that we just did. I can make it pink, which I think is great. And now let's kind of scale this down. We want small dots. So everything's grouped. Those are our small dots. Now over here, this is these are all palettes. Let's go down here to show pattern swatches. So these are a few that I've already done. Let's just drag and drop. I've got a whole new swatch. This is important because here's my box, and now I can just do this and it's done. Awesome. Okay, so our next step is actually the construction of this. So when we do the zine, like I said, it's 8 panels on an 8.5 by 11 piece of paper. So it's done in half this way, and then in half twice this way to make 8 panels. Each panel will be 2 3/4 by 4 1/4 inches, and these are the guides. I simply set them up to work that way. Pagination works as such. Now what we want to do is we want to put each panel, our art into each panel. Here is where we're going to come into trouble, because your printer, and every printer or even photocopy machine, is going to grab the piece of paper, and we have a very small margin for movement here. So I simply shrunk these boxes down. This is now 2.5 by 4, so I took a 1/4 inch off, which may be okay for printer grab, and it might not. So this is how I got around it. I decided that I would just make boxes that went on to spreads. So if this is the front, this is the back, pages 1 and 2, pages 3 and 4, and pages 5 and 6 will open up together. So there's no reason why we couldn't have a comic box that went over both pages. So that kind of negates that problem. The line width tool is here. This is, we can kind of make this any way we want just to make it more interesting. And I think something else that would make it more interesting as well is to be able to change the shape. And when we do that, like I said, we can move this over both boxes. Of course, we can make it square or rectangular, anything we want. And then that's that. And should we want to do a pattern, keep in mind that our patterns are readily available for us under the swatches window. So let's put the pink one in there. Beautiful stuff. All right, now this is how I set it out. As I said, I put everything together such that the spreads will show, and I think this will work out. The next thing we want to do is move things from our library, and we can set them in there any way we want, move them around, resize them, and now I've done that for each one of these boxes straight from the library. Perfect. So let's put our text in there. I chose this minstrel text mostly because I find it to be ugly, not dissimilar to my handwriting. So awake on the airwaves is something that I remember. That said, let's quickly change this. Let's go to type, and let's put this to create outlines. When that happens, we've essentially made this into a shape. It's no longer text, or no longer editable. So now we can place this anywhere we want on our artboard, and this was my finished product. So I'm very, very pleased with this, and this was a quick tutorial on how to apply a Roy Lichtenstein effect to a hand-drawn comic. Thank you very much.